welcome back to another video. If you're new, my name is Kanaka and today I'm going to be taking you through the 10 most common mistakes that you could be making while performing the most basic exercises. Now, I know that this is something I've personally struggled with, especially when I just started working out, and then because I did not correct my form in the initial phases, I was doing bad form things for like 2 years or so. So now that I have watched a billion videos and done my bit of research and studying, I decided that I wanted to share that with you in case you were making those very mistakes yourself. These are extremely basic exercises that you don't need to be doing at the gym, you could just be doing it at home. But I will show you guys what could be a mistake and what is the actual correct form. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, comment down below and tell me what other videos you want to see on this channel, and don't forget to subscribe. Again, you don't need a reason for that. It's free and right below here, so do it. Let's get into it. The first exercise that I'm going to be talking to you guys about is the squat. I feel like this is one of the most basic exercises that you could possibly be doing wrong. There are actually so many variations to a squat that once you get your foundation and basics strong, you can then start trying different things. But for now, let's start with the basic, normal, easy squat. Now, I see a lot of people do the squat incorrectly. The actual squat formation requires you to stand with your feet a little wide apart. You don't want to be like passing your shoulder length, you just want to keep a little bit of distance between it, and you want to make sure that your legs are not completely straight but a little outward. While you go down, make sure that your knees do not pass your toes. So when you're doing this, ideally you should feel all of the pressure in your butt and your hamstrings or completely in your legs. Another thing in the squat that you want to make sure that you are doing correctly is that your pressure should not be on your toes while you are squatting, but in fact on your heels. That your leg stays firm and you are actually using your heels to pick up the entire body weight. Once you have performed this and you are getting back up, the other thing to keep in mind is to squeeze your glutes just a little bit. Now, with any exercise, the thing that you must remember is that everybody's bodies are different. Everybody's going to feel a certain exercise in a different place. So you've got to try and figure what works best for your body type. Is another exercise that I feel like a lot of people do incorrectly along with deadlifts. So first, let's talk about the sumo squat. You want to make sure that your knees and your toes are pointed in the same direction. Again, when you come back on top, you're not over squeezing your glutes. Just a little bit works well. Now let's move on to the lunges. This is, in my opinion, one of the most effective exercises for me. For the lunge, you want to make sure that you have a good enough gap between both your legs. I've seen a lot of people do a lunge with their legs really close together and also with their legs really wide apart. When you are doing the lunge, you want to make sure that you are feeling it in the particular place that you are training. So with this particular form, I feel it the best in my glutes. If I keep my legs a little closer, then I end up feeling it in my hamstrings or in my quads. For a really long time, I was doing the lunge with my legs really wide apart until like a coach in my gym told me that that was the wrong form. I do feel like every lunge will hit you in a different spot, so you kind of again want to make sure that they work best according to your body type. All your weight is in your heels, all your pressure is on the leg that you are supported on, which is your front leg. Now let's move on to some of the upper body exercises that I feel like I see a lot of people do the bad way in the gym. The first one is a bicep curl. Like everybody in the gym is doing this. Now when you are performing the exercise, chances are that you want to try and up the weights as much as possible, because of which you are ready to sacrifice on form. Now, it took me a while to realize that I could pick up 15 kilos, but if my form was not correct, it was going to only ruin my progress and not improve it. When you are doing a bicep curl, your elbows are nicely tucked in towards your waist and your chest. You are not moving them outside. You are bringing up the bicep. You're not swinging it, because I used to do that a lot. I would just be like swinging all of my dumbbells in the air, because of which I'm trying so hard to do another rep that I'm actually losing out on the point of the movement altogether. You have good form, your back is straight, you can bend your knees just a little bit to remove the pressure off of your legs. This is a question that I get asked a lot, is that why do I do a lot of my upper body movements with a bent knee? In most of my upper body exercises, I like to have a bent knee. It only helps put pressure further on the upper body and on the movement that I'm currently doing. The second one is a tricep overhead press. Now, this is also something that I feel like I made a lot of mistakes in, solely because it was a little too heavy. And I feel like I need to address this, that if you feel like your form is not correct, do not try to up your weight. Try as much as possible to perfect your form with a lower weight, and then when you feel confident, you kind of want to up the weights a little bit, still making sure that your form is 100% correct. The more you try and run behind increasing your weights, the more you are going to lose out on your form. In the overhead press, your elbows are close to your head. You do not want them outward. You are nice and firm and stable, and your dumbbells are not moving everywhere. You do not want to overly extend your dumbbell again. You want to make sure that it's in a nice 90-degree angle and that all your pressure is in fact in your tricep. Now let's talk about push-ups. Let's face it, everybody performs the wrong form in a push-up in the initial stages. This is one of the exercises that I've spoken about in Project Stronger as well, that I feel like I needed to perfect, only because I started off on a wrong note. When I was doing the push-up, initially my elbows were out. I could do 15 reps, but the point was that it was the wrong form. I was not feeling it where I needed to feel, and in all honesty, if you're doing it the wrong form, it's kind of pointless. So when I started Project Stronger, I made sure that I was going to perfect my form in the push-up, even if that means I'm come down from 15 reps to like 5 reps. You want to make sure that your elbows again are nicely tucked into your waist. You also want to make sure that you are not overarching or rounding your back. I've seen a lot of people overextend their arms, thus again ruining the point of the actual push-up in the first place. So make sure that your palms and your shoulders are in the same length. Another trick that you want to do, and this is something I learned while I was practicing my handstands, you want to try and open up your fingers while you are doing the push-up rather than doing it just like this, because this will help you put a lot more pressure, making the movement a little easy. So next time you're doing the push-up, you might want to try that. If you are struggling to get a complete, full and perfect push-up, another thing that you can try is do the kneeling one. There are so many push-up variations that will help you increase your shoulder strength, so you may want to give that a try. If you feel like your wrists are a little on the weaker side and you're finding it difficult to do a push-up, you want to try and probably add a few dumbbells or anything else that you can hold, which will make the pressure on the wrist a little less and make the movement a lot easier. Deadlifts is another exercise that I feel like only comes with time. It'll take a lot of time for you to perfect the entire form for a deadlift, especially when you start adding real weights. But if you are doing the exercise at home, then I'd suggest keep your legs shoulder width apart. You also want to make sure that you are having your back straight at all times. Try as much as possible not to have a bend in your back. You want to have a slight bend in your knees. You want to make sure your back is straight, and you do not want to overextend, which means that if you feel like you cannot go all the way to your toes, stop where it feels comfortable. Another important exercise that we do, the kickbacks, and if you want to do it with the absolute perfect form, you want to make sure that your leg, when raised in the air, is completely straight with your entire body. You do not want to overextend and try and put your leg up as much as possible. That's not the point of the exercise. You want to keep the pressure in your glutes the whole time. Bring your legs close towards your chest, but you do not want to overextend it, thus putting pressure on your core. For this exercise, all your pressure is focused towards your glutes. Let's talk about my favorite exercises, which is your ab exercises, and something that most of us do at home. Ab exercises, in my opinion, are best done slowly. You do not want to increase your speed and just do it in a hurry. The point is to put as much pressure on your core while you are doing the exercise. Your stomach is pushed towards the mat and does not have a gap in between. If you feel like the exercise is a little too hard, do where it feels comfortable, but make sure that your back is in the mat the entire time. Another thing to make sure is that you do not want to overextend or overarch your neck. I feel like a lot of people put a lot of pressure on their neck when they are performing exercises like sit-ups or crunches. Your hands are just slightly holding on to it. You are not moving through your neck. Is a very easy way to enjoy yourself, so make sure that the next time you are performing any of the exercises, your pressure is on your core and off your neck. While you are performing the crunches, the goal is not to come up as much as you can. In fact, the goal is to keep the pressure in your core at all times. So the next time you are performing one of these exercises, do not come up a whole 90 degrees, but make sure that you're just 45 and back. Similar to that, when you are performing an exercise like a Russian twist, a lot of people have their backs arched or are completely close to the mat. Make sure that your back is straight at all times. Focus on your core. You want to try and find your mind to muscle connection in any exercise that you perform. Mind to muscle connection is focusing on the area that you are currently working on. In this case, it would be your core. I know it sounds stupid, but it 100% works. And the last, we have the planks, which in my opinion, again, like push-ups, is one of those exercises that sometimes you have to get the form wrong, especially when you are starting out initially. When you are doing your plank, that your entire body is in a straight line. Another thing that I feel like works well is when you try to bend your shoulders just a little bit, putting a little more pressure on your core while you are performing the exercise works really well. If your butt is not in the air or completely underneath, your body is in a complete straight line. So these were what I feel were the 10 most common mistakes that you could be doing while performing home exercises. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Tell me what else you want to see on this channel, and again, don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.